Today's topic is: what's a moral code you live by but the rest of society doesn't? If someone makes a mistake in public, I pretend I didn't see it to spare them the embarrassment. Feels like the world is in a rush to point out flaws. I'd rather help, especially when it will probably be me on the receiving end next time. I always say thank you when a stranger does anything for me, no matter how small or if they are obligated. Someone moves so I can pass at the grocery store. Thank you, someone holds a door. Thank you, cashier hands me the bill. Thank you. Same with please when I'm asking anything, especially for people that are working. Demilitarize your attitude at work. Corporate doesn't know or care who you are, but you have to see your coworkers every day. Don't make them hate being scheduled with you. Former retail/movie theater manager. Don't make promises you can't keep. I avoid telling someone I'll do something unless I 100% intend on doing it. I'd rather tell someone no than get their hopes up with a yes if I'm not going to follow through. Self-awareness. Like, why are you watching a YouTube video at the airport gate without headphones? If anyone needs to be standing on the bus, be among the standing ones. Disabled people are worthy of respect and dignity no matter their disability. Surprising how little people know this outside of the community. Do nice things. Not so people owe you, or you want something out of them. Do it because it's the right thing to do. Be kind and friendly with people. You never know what they may be going through. But sometimes you have to not be nice to protect yourself, even if it's just saying no. Always return the cart to the cart corral. Regardless of weather, traffic, crowds, or violence. Minding my own business. I hate it when people talk about my life, so I try not to talk about others. Gossip is fucking stupid and nosy. If it doesn't hurt anyone, cost me money, or fuck up traffic, live how you want. No phones when we're having a conversation. I finally put my foot down and made it a rule in my home, and even made my parents agree to it. Life has never been happier or more connected for me. Fuck phones, as I type on a phone and live on Reddit while I recover from surgery. I am trying to knit and draw to break the cycle, but boy am I tired. If I find myself in the wrong lane of traffic and about to miss a turn, I take the L for myself and drive the long route to correct it without holding up traffic. The number of times I've seen people just force themselves 2 lanes over at a light and just get in other people's way makes me wish cars were mounted with paintball guns just for that occasion. Help as many people as you can for as long as you can. My childhood and life were traumatic. Instead of turning that anger and hate towards others, I flipped it internally and promised myself to just help as many people as I could. I work in healthcare, did through COVID, and will continue to help as many locally as I can. Be an example locally and hopefully global will follow. Treating people the way I'd like to be treated. Not holding someone accountable for something beyond their control. Me, my mate and a friend of his called into a supermarket for snacks and booze. As my mate was paying for his stuff at the self-checkout, it crashed. He didn't know whether his payment had gone through or not. Staff tried to get up and running again, but it was dead and there was no way of telling if he'd paid or not. Staff asked him to rescan his items and, possibly, pay again. If he ended up paying twice, come back with his receipt and bank statement and they'd refund it. Simple and fair. Oh no, not for his friend. She went full Karen mode, screaming, berating, insulting the staff, and my mate joined in. He thought this would get him laid. Spoiler, it did not. I was so embarrassed. I ended up standing with the staff shouting and screaming at her. Stupid bitch. Always return your shopping cart. Don't litter. Don't correct someone if it doesn't matter. Don't talk on your speakerphone in public. Be kind to service workers. Never walk in between a child and their parent/guardian if it is reasonably possible to avoid doing so. I'll go first, and risk the slaughter. You should only own the house you live in. Not one that someone else lives in. I won't say the rest of society does not, but it certainly appears that few still accept that, 1. Facts are verifiable and real. Sound bites and alternate facts are lies or baseless opinions. 2. The end doesn't justify the means. I don't recline my seat on planes. I know it's my right, I know I'm allowed, but I've been inconvenienced and made uncomfortable so often by so many people in front of me who recline the millisecond they're able and smush me into my tray for the duration of flights ranging from 3 to 13 hours, I just can't bring myself to be that person. I don't begrudge people that do because I know they're allowed to, but I refuse. Also, as someone who has sat in the very back row of a plane before, those seats don't recline. So anyone betting on a domino effect where you claim, if everyone reclines, it's not a problem, is wrong. There will eventually be a row of people forced to sit in discomfort with nowhere to go. No matter who cheated, I'm telling the partner. Not my monkeys, not my circus. No one deserves to be with a partner they don't truly know. Fuck everyone who covers it up for friends and family. My parents don't owe me an inheritance. I'm assuming they will give everything to charity. I'm in my 50s and I have so many friends who are in a cold war with their siblings over what they think they'll be getting and what they think they deserve after their parents pass. Don't go into business with friends. I know it's a saying, but I've seen so many friends not talk to each other anymore over this. That I won't jump to conclusions about things or take sides in things I am not informed enough about. This is especially prevalent in politics. If you're not early, you're late. I hate waiting. I could have absolutely nothing to do and be in no rush, but if I'm waiting I get annoyed. I keep my dog on leash and under control, and she doesn't need to go places and run errands with me. I actually don't tell others something when someone tells me something private. I tell anyone at a service counter, customer service call, or people I do business with. I see that you're busy, take your time and get caught up or give attention to the other task. I'm in no hurry. I almost always get better service and they seem to have a better attitude. I don't interrupt people when they're talking. It's the best sign of respect I know of. When in public, do everything in your power not inconvenience anyone around you. Don't lie, steal, or scam. I hate liars, thieves, and scammers. There's enough hate in the world already, I don't need to add to it. Always share food if you're out to eat and one person in your group can't afford to buy anything. Never eat in front of somebody with an empty plate. In all actions, seek to harm none. If someone must be harmed, stand by the innocent. Always think of how far your actions reach, and the effects they have. Dog poop bags on the side of the trail. You are not coming back for it. It's gross. The park is for everyone. Yes, I have a dog, yes, I take the poop with me, and yes, I even clean up after you too. But to me, you're a bunch of no-class ding-dongs. The only exception is bags left 15 feet from the garbage can. You clearly have a massive amount of something going on. Give in to the voice. Do to what the dog is telling you. She probably has it more together than you. Don't fuck with people mentally, emotionally, or physically for any reason. Most of us got enough on our plate, and the fucking plate is about to hit the wall as it is. Always be polite. All it costs you is your breath. But can save you as much as your life. You never know when the person you're impolite to is on the raggedy edge of sanity and might do something to harm you or those you're with. If a man asks for your coat, give him your shirt too. If you ask me for help, I will overdo it. Are you asking for change in front of a grocery store? I'm getting a cart, and we are walking every aisle. Short $1.53 for what looks like a small meal for 1 to 2 people. Let me get that for you. Oh, I have $20 in my wallet. Let me get the next one for you, too. Most of the time, it's just money, but it's always a person in need. 2 strong ones for me. 1, never judge someone as others tell you to judge them. See them for who they are, for better or worse. Rid yourself of expectations and assumptions and as much bias as possible to see what is as it is. 2, there is too much suffering in the world as it is. Do your best to take away a little of it and add a little joy into the loves of those around you, especially if they offer nothing to you and are complete strangers. It is easy to do things for those you care about, especially those who care about social standing. It's not easy to put yourself out there for no gain at all. Everyone deserves a second chance. Even monsters. That doesn't mean I'm stupid. I will stand by ready to pull the trigger if they misuse that second chance, but I will still let them have it. I have several codes I live by related to the internet. 1. Always give your opponent an opportunity to shut up. If someone is arguing a point online and has responded in 24 hours, there is no point in hopping in and reviving a topic. 2. If people are dogpiling on someone, there is no point in joining in unless I have something truly unique to say. No person has had 200 people tell them they are wrong, and said, I thought I was right until the 201st person stepped up and now I see the error of my ways. LOL. 3. If you expect someone to listen to your point of view, you have to be willing to listen to theirs. That doesn't mean you have to agree, but you should listen, evaluate, and consider it. Respect personal boundaries. I may be autistic, but even I have rules. Don't ask too many questions that are too personal. There are some things best left unheard of. There is a time and a place for everything. Which means sometimes you need to control your desires and act a certain way. AKA, don't dress like you're going to a rave when attending a wedding, and don't dress like you're going to a wedding when attending a rave. I agreed to a rate of child support that is nearly double the mandated percentage, because I strongly believe that the end of my relationship with my ex-wife doesn't entitle me to reduce my children's standard of living. They live with her and not me. If you want to donate money, always try to give it to individuals directly rather than big organizations or NGOs. Your presence isn't really wanted in public. Do what you need to do as quickly and as unobtrusively as you can. It helps in small ways. Always tell the truth or say nothing. I have learned, by my own past failings, to value my integrity above all else. I try to leave every space better than when I arrived. Picking up random trash, putting carts back where they belong, tidying up small messes. I also was in retail for a while, so if I am waiting in a clothing store for long enough, I find myself folding shirts without thinking about it. Don't draw conclusions without knowing, like when someone does something wrong while driving and you insult them, you know what's happening to them. Maybe they take their wife to the hospital for being unemployed. I turn off my radio when in a parking lot and drive through. For me, it feels like it increases my awareness for unexpected movements in front of me. For the latter, it just makes ordering much easier and respectful for others. I still follow the one that Google abandoned: do no evil. I try to be the best I can, and treat others with respect and dignity. If something doesn't sit right with me, I won't get involved with it. If someone only has a few items, I let them go ahead of me if I have a shopping cart full of groceries. I didn't realize until I became an adult how common it is for people to blatantly lie. I was taught it's wrong, I believe it's wrong, and I think it can only get you into trouble. It's better to just own up. I just didn't realize it was a thing people actually did, because I'd assumed we all learned in elementary school that lying only gets you into more trouble. White lies, omitting here and there, sure, but that's the extent. I only remember blatantly lying once in my entire adult life, because I had dug myself into a bit of a hole in terms of scheduling and had to get out of a previous commitment. And I felt terrible for it and was extremely nervous I'd be caught. I don't understand how people can do it so casually. I'm responsible for myself, my decisions/actions, and I'm responsible for the consequences of those. I break something, I begrudgingly pay for it, curse myself for doing something so stupid, and then learn not to do that again. I think nowadays many people expect others to clean up their messes for them. I hold the concept of identity, in any form, very loosely. This keeps me from rarely identifying anyone as a good person or a bad person, but more importantly, I never judge myself harshly. I've developed this point of view through the Buddhist philosophy of no self. I'm constantly telling people I know and care about, hey, no negative self-talk, when they start talking bad about themselves. If you pay attention, you'll start to notice how often people do this. Or on the other side of the coin, how often people talk negatively about each other. It's better and easier to treat others and yourself with compassion and curiosity. Because in the end, we are all doing our best. At least I like to think so. Communicate clearly. Tell the truth and say what you mean. It can be done with kindness and tact. But insisting everyone else infer rather than you communicating clearly is dumb. You should honor your parents out of gratitude for their efforts, time, love and money they invested into you for you to be alive and thriving. I don't believe in the sentence, I didn't ask to be born therefore I don't owe you any gratitude. If I see someone struggling with something I immediately offer to help, in the no big deal, I didn't know this once kind of way. Something as simple as figuring out how to get a card at Aldi your first time there. I literally avoided going to Aldi for years because I didn't know how it worked. Anxiety can be crippling. I think I should be allowed to do literally whatever I want, provided that I'm not hurting anyone other than myself or invading the space/obstructing the rights of others. That's one. 2. I live in a gigantic gray area of my own making. I hate yes/no questions because I believe that everything is circumstantial. It just depends. Be the person who makes someone go home and smile, not the person who makes someone go home and cry. I tell this to my children all the time. Reflect on your behavior. We really are just a bunch of dumb, irritable monkeys, man. It's so easy to be swept up on hate brigades and bandwagons for no reason. Think about what you're saying and why. Is that the kind of person you want to be? Is that how you would like to be treated? Yeah, I've definitely had a change of heart on things I may have said or written and tried to change it. I use what I have and don't seek out new stuff unless I absolutely have to. I often give away things wherever they'll be accepted. Somehow, this has not translated into having fewer things. I feel like the golden rule is being observed less and less these days. There are far too many people that are okay with human suffering as long as it doesn't affect them. I wish I knew how to encourage people to support each other on a mass scale. Something besides going on social media and hoping I'm compelling enough to change opinions.